My name is Becky Block, and I have been a member of the church for the last couple of years. I found the love and the prayers of this congregation, and I had met with Phil Gross and had told him of our plight, and he started seeing my husband on a regular basis every week. 5 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with a very rare and terminal neurological disease called multiple systems atrophy. And it was the last 2 years of his life that the disease took his ability to walk, to move, to write, to read. And I knew that this disease was greater than what we could handle and greater than what the doctors could help with. And that is what led me to pick up the phone and make the appointment to meet with Phil. I had lived my life previously that life happened. Things would happen, people would come into your life, and I now know that that's not the case. That if you'll open your heart, that God is there making those directions. We were very blessed in that we had a caregiver, Roy Nickerson, who would come every morning, and during the week it would enable me to go to work. And every night Roy would put Ed to bed. And he would leave with Ed laughing. And I was usually the brunt of those jokes, but that's okay. And I would walk Roy to the door at night to thank him for putting Ed to bed. And Roy would say, "What I do for the least of men, I do for him." It had become his ministry. And as I said, I had thought that things just happened. And it was through the Stevens ministry, through Margie, that she made me start realizing, or brought to my attention, that God is the one who brought Roy into our lives to care for Ed. Phil visited Ed the 2 days before he passed, and it was not his usual schedule. He would come on Thursdays, but he came on a Wednesday. And that was the last time that my husband had a conversation with someone. And there again, it wasn't just happening. I think God brought Phil to see Ed on that day while he was still able to talk. And the fact that Ed joined the church. I had joined the church a couple months after visiting with, or when Phil would visit with Ed, and I would visit with Margie, that I knew that coming back, that I was home. And I transferred my membership and joined this church. But what was the true blessing is that my husband joined the church. We were in our den, and Ed was in his chair, and Phil was there, and Ed accepted Christ as his Savior. So there's no better blessing. My prayers had totally been answered at that point.